Hey guys, Travis Gillespie. And the last problem, what you ended up doing is you looked at equations and were able to turn them or convert them into slope-intercept form. And when you did that, you were able to say, hey, you know what? These have the same slope, so therefore they're parallel. Well, in this case, we're going to ask the question, how do you know if you have lines that are perpendicular? And the equations you're given are y equals -4, y minus 6 equals 5x, that's actually times with parenthesis plus 4. Another one you have is x equals 3. And then the last one you end up having is y equals -1/5 x plus 2. Well, this is already in slope-intercept form here, so you don't need to do any conversions. This equation is simplified to where you can't actually do any more work, and the same over here. So the only one that you're really going to mess with is y minus 6 equals 5x plus 4. So let's write that down right here. And from here, you're going to do the distributive property. And let's start going to work on this problem. I've got 5x on this side plus 20 equals y minus 6. So I can further simplify this by adding 6 to the other side, or both sides of the equation. And now I end up finding out that y equals 5x plus 26. Now from here, to find out if any lines are perpendicular, you have to know one thing, and that one thing is the slope of the equation, of one equation, and the product of the slope of another equation equal -1. Well, the only time that's ever going to happen is if you're dealing with values that are the opposite reciprocal. So what I'm saying here is if you have 5 for the slope of 1, then the product or the other slope has to be equal to a negative value and be its reciprocal. So the product of -1/5 here times 5, well, that's really saying 5 over 1. Well, yeah, I have opposite reciprocals. I've got the reciprocal and opposite, meaning that it's negative. So when I go to multiply this out, I'm going to get 5 over 5, -5 over 5, so I'm going to end up with -1. Since I have a product of -1, I know that the slopes they create a product of -1. Therefore, these equations end up they're perpendicular lines. They create perpendicular lines. Cool stuff.